What is Rigel and why is it so bright? Along with Betelgeuse and 81 other stars, Rigel is one of the brightest stars in the constellation of Orion. When it was predicted that Betelgeuse will die and undergo a supernova explosion a few years ago, we were all really excited. Unfortunately, the star was only sneezing and nothing more. Thank you, Betelgeuse, for the false alarm. May you be blessed. We recognize that you are a very frigid star. But enough about you. Let's meet Rigel, your neighbor who is a stunningly vivid blue. Let's examine why Rigel is so bright and why some witnesses claim to have observed it appear darker than usual. Those individuals are correct. Rigel does alter brightness. But before you view this video, let me know if you've ever been able to see Orion on your own by leaving a comment. Now, for those of you who are unable to, take an imaginal pen and sketch the following brief image in your mind: 3 successive vertical dots and 2 dots symmetrical along the axis of the dots you just drew. If you look carefully at the night sky, you may discern those as the brightest stars in Orion. Have a peek tonight and see if you can locate Orion. It is primarily visible in the winter. Since it is the most easily recognized constellation at night, finding it will be simple. The well-known Rigel star is opposite the supergiant red star Betelgeuse, which is on Orion's right side. It is a bright bluish star that may be seen on the constellation's left side. Spend a few seconds admiring the expanse, splendor, and shining stars of Orion in the night sky. Why not try to find some of the other constellations, such as the Big Dipper and the Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters? If you're feeling a little adventurous, who knows, you might even spot a few shooting stars. But since Rigel is the subject of this film, let's cut to the chase. So where in the universe is Rigel located? Rigel is a favorite among astronomers due to its location in the lower left corner of the conspicuous figure of the constellation, the Hunter, and the fact that it is the easternmost star in the well-known asterism known as the Winter Hexagon. The ancient Babylonians first referred to Rigel as the Star of the Giant or the Star on the Left Foot of the Giant, and its name is derived from the Arabic phrase Rijl Jaza al-Yasr, which means the left leg of the giant. Rigel has long been linked to the myth of Orion, a giant hunter from Greek mythology. Without the use of optics, you can see Rigel no matter where you are on the globe if you look up at the night sky. It is easily recognized due to its magnificent blue hue and prominence as the brightest star in one of the most well-known constellations. And even if you can't see it with your unaided eye, you may still enjoy a stunning spectacle by using a decent pair of binoculars or a telescope to observe it. 863 light years separated from Earth. And I understand that it can be challenging for us humans to comprehend the magnitude of astronomical distances. To put it into perspective, light from the sun, which is the nearest star to us, travels to us in about 8 minutes and 20 seconds. In contrast, it has taken more than 8 millennia for the blue light that we see flashing in the night sky to reach us. The light that you are currently seeing has been traveling since the 13th century. That was almost 200 years before Christopher Columbus found America. It seems like so long ago, doesn't it? What makes this star so unique, and why is it sometimes so dazzling but sometimes so dim? Rigel, also known as Beta Orionis in a more scientific context, is a supergiant star that may be found in the constellation Orion. It is the brightest star in Orion and one of the brightest stars in the night sky. From 61,500 to 350,000 times brighter than our Sun, Rigel is visible from every continent. Its distance and intensity make it difficult to determine the actual brightness. Rigel is an inherently variable star, thus that explains why. If a star's brightness changes over time as seen from Earth, it is referred to as a variable star. When the star cycles between dim and bright periods, this happens. Nonetheless, this star stands out in the night sky due to its vivid blue color, which stands out amid other stars, which are often yellow, orange, or red in color. Rigel is not always the brightest star in the Orion constellation, despite the fact that this is frequently the case. The enormous red supergiant Betelgeuse occasionally shines brighter in contrast. Rigel's distinctive qualities have an impact on its brilliance. Despite being far younger than our own star, which is only 10 million years old, its massiveness has led to an earlier than anticipated depletion of its hydrogen fuel source. Like other supergiants, Rigel will eventually transition to burning helium, oxygen, and silicon before dying in the form of a supernova. It is thought that the star formed about 8 million years ago. The age of the star Rigel was determined by astronomers at the University of Washington using information from the Hubble Space Telescope to estimate the quantity of ultraviolet radiation Rigel emits. The scientists determined that Rigel is 8.2 million years younger than the 12 million years that astronomers had previously assumed. Future events for Rigel may be impacted by the modified age calculation. The star has only completed half of the life cycle that stars in its class typically experience before going supernova. When a star runs out of fuel and can no longer produce enough energy to fend off the gravitational attraction of its own mass, a supernova, an enormously strong stellar explosion, results. These are among the universe's most intense occurrences, releasing more energy than the sun would produce in its entire lifetime. This is bad news for any planets that could be orbiting Rigel because the explosion will annihilate them. This, of course, assumes that there are any such planets, which is currently unknown. To ascertain whether Rigel's system contains any additional planets that might be impacted by the star's demise, astronomers would need to spend more time monitoring Rigel. Although if Rigel's lifespan may be shorter than anticipated, when the time comes for it to erupt into a supernova, it will still be shining down on us. As Rigel disappears, it is anticipated to be so bright that it will appear to be a second moon in the sky. For the time being, all we can do is take in its beauty in the night sky and be grateful for its existence, however brief the spectral type B8Ia that the supergiant star belongs to is what gives it its blue color. Because to Rigel's strong blue starlight and the fact that blue light scatters better than red light, the dust encircling Rigel appears blue. But why are Betelgeuse and Rigel's colors such polar opposites? Different colored stars release different colors of light because they have different surface temperatures. Cool stars emit light with a longer wavelength, which appears red, but hot stars emit light with a shorter wavelength, which appears blue or blue-white. Why is Betelgeuse, Rigel's neighbor, being compared? Nobody loves to be compared. Yet in a few million years, scientists predict that Rigel will resemble its pal Betelgeuse, the giant's red-hued armpit, quite a bit. Let's quickly examine what Betelgeuse actually is. While still being much brighter than the sun, it is a much colder star than Rigel. It is a supergiant star that is irregularly pulsing and nearing the end of its life. Its size changes spasmodically, fluctuating between 550 and 920 times the diameter of the Sun. This indicates that if it were to be placed at the center of our solar system, it would swallow up Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter at its largest size. Betelgeuse was characterized by Henry Neely, a professor at the Hayden Planetarium in New York, as like an old man with his vigor nearly fully spent, panting in the asthmatic decrepitude of old age 75 years ago. Rigel's mass is thought to be about 21 times that of our Sun, bringing attention back to our star, not that it needs any. Its radius is almost 79 times larger than that of our Sun, and its surface temperature is roughly 5,810 K. To put Rigel's enormity in perspective with our solar, 1.3 million Earth-sized planets might fit inside of it. Rigel's role as a crucial astronomical reference star is one of its most significant features. It was used to gauge and calibrate the brightness of other stars so that their apparent magnitudes could be determined. As Rigel is one of the brightest stars in the night sky and is situated at a tremendous distance from Earth, it is also an interesting astronomical object in terms of its age and size. As a result, it is a crucial point of reference for many astronomical observations and investigations. Rigel has profound and long-standing cultural and mythological importance in addition to its astronomical relevance. Due to its position in the night sky, Rigel was frequently connected to rain and floods in ancient societies. The star would shine stronger in the winter when darkness loomed large, and in some tales it was even considered as a symbol of hope. Interesting tidbit that I'm sure only space fanatics would know. In reality, Rigel is a multiple star system with 3 stars orbiting a single mass core. The remaining stars in this multiple star system are overshadowed by Rigel A, the primary visible supergiant. The much smaller Rigel B, Rigel BB, and Rigel C each have a triple star system of their own. Rigel is a brilliant star, however it is not the brightest one in the night sky. Sirius, which is found in the constellation Canis Major, deserves the distinction. The brightest star that can be seen in the night sky is Sirius, which is said to be nearly twice as brilliant as Rigel. Rigel is still very brilliant compared to other stars in the universe. It is among the top 10 brightest stars in the night sky and is thought to be thousands of times brighter than most stars. It is therefore the best star to search for when observing the night sky. The voyage over the night sky is now complete. We now understand why Rigel is one of the brightest stars in the sky and why it is so bright. It is a multiple star system that acts as a crucial point of reference in astronomy. It is a supergiant star of enormous size and magnificent blue tint. We've seen how its distinctive qualities like its location in the night sky and its age right now have an impact on its luminosity. We have also looked at the cultural and mythical importance of this antique object. This video has come to an end. Thank you everybody for watching. Tell us what you enjoy viewing the most in the night sky in a remark.